Let's pick it up here. The hunt for sword and spear have completed. So right now I got Panaka, which is what I got from Prabhati, and Nandaka from Narasimhan, respectively. I also got the Sublime mantra that I showed you before. Actually, I got two for Seraph. I got Narukami and Niflheim. And apparently no more than that. Oh well. Okay, this is where we left off before I ran off and hunted for those two specific rare encounter demons. So, because, remember, Schrödinger said that there was going to be some alteration in time in battle. That's exactly why I have an Estoma spray used already. In that way, I'll be able to maneuver easily without having to have that many enemy encounters. And I think, from the looks of it, encounters are all okay. So, you can obviously tell there's a difference between these red and blue portals. Actually, the blue portals are the back ends of the red ones, because if you revisit the same one, you'll notice a big difference, or you'll notice that it's blue instead of red. I think you probably will notice that when I pass through here. Basically, these are one-way tunnels. Alright. I noticed that the enemy encounter rate seems to coincide with my theory that the effectiveness of a Estoma spray is dependent on the level of the character versus the level of the enemy. Because from what I'm seeing, Seraph at this moment is at level 97, everyone else is about 95, 96 or so. And that's thanks to, I had to use a magic reed to increase the odds of actually finding Narasimha and Prabhati. But as well as finding them, or increasing the odds of finding them, I'm also increasing the frequency of normal battles. So thus I was able to actually get really leveled up. And this has been a pretty interesting theme throughout this dungeon, because when I actually got to the sun, everyone was at roughly level 65 or so. So, by the fact that I am almost to level 99 here, and the fact that I'm only in one dungeon and just going through several layers, several small layers, it's really saying something about how hard I pushed to actually succeed in this. Mostly it was to get mantras, but apparently experience was the least of my concern, and it all caught up with me. But at this point in time, there is really no enemy here, no normal enemy encounter here that is at my level or higher. So that is practically why you're seeing no enemy encounters whatsoever with the Estoma spray. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I noticed that there's just a difference in battle frequency per Shin Megami Tensei games. For instance, Devil Summoner and Nocturne, it is completely possible to know battles entirely just by using one item. In here, it just decreased. I noticed in the original Digital Devil Saga, it decreases battles greatly, but there's still battles nonetheless. And at this point, I'm noticing there's none because of the Estoma spray. Okay. So that's enough of my rambling about the Estoma spray crap. I'm trying to find my way through this maze. Basically, think of it this way. It's almost like the Hall of Princes in Coordinate 136 in the original Digital Devil Saga, without the pitfall traps. Because a lot of the doors there are all one way. So, this is probably why this is a good way to actually get through this, is just check the map as frequently as possible, mostly to discover what sections are undiscovered. For instance, that one I'm not going through because that'll basically loop me in all different directions. This is probably the best way to go. And what do you know? Okay. So that seal is gone. I discovered fighting enemies without Atma isn't fun. And when I actually encountered an Omoikane, that made it even worse and more irritating. Since I can't use single target skills, all I can use is items, and that targets everyone. Which basically means, you're screwed. This was kind of an idiotic strategy because I had an ice spell on Seraph, Niflheim. Let's see if I actually get rid of him. Let's just pull off Niflheim. Now, you notice that this is almost identical to the combo ability in the original Digital Devil Saga called Fimbulvet. It's pretty much the same thing, just with a different name, just as Damnation in the original Digital Devil Saga, the Expel combo, is called, in this one, Punishment. Okay. Cert, weak to fire. No brainer there. And Thor has really taken quite a beating from being nearly frozen to death, so I just had to get rid of him that way. Okay, so I got that item. I'm gonna save here before I proceed forwards. I actually discovered, alright. I'm gonna see if I can prep up to beat Shiva and Vishnu, but I'm sure it's probably gonna be very, very easy because at the level that I am now. Okay. Let's see what's in this direction. Okay, looks like we got an encounter here and we got a Kingu. I love freezing these things because they're mildly annoying when you have to actually fight them, especially since they use ailment spams and also I think it's called Blood Curse. Okay, he's almost done for, so let's just get rid of him that way. Alright, now this door is locked. I actually discovered what is behind it, and that's Set, the King of Darkness. I can only get to him once I defeat Shiva and Vishnu, so I'm gonna have to backtrack after I beat them. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up here.